look at another very basic mount escape, the hip escape or the hip chalk.
Again, I messed up. Marty has gotten to that hip over hip position. Doesn't matter if he's hip over hip or if he starts riding his legs up, we can do the same thing. Doesn't work so well once they grapevine, that's a different escape. So, I've gotten here. My first thing is going to be to chalk the hip. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to put my setup hand is the hand that goes along the thigh. My other hand's going to come over top. I'm making a T to block his hip and block his knee. Now, whichever leg that I am dominating here is the leg in the back that I have to straighten out. It's important that we straighten that leg or you're going to run into a lot of problems. Now, once I come here, I'm going to strip my hips away. It's going to be difficult to get out to the side, but I need to make a little bit of space away from him. Like the other moves that are before this, our arms aren't really pushing, more as they're stopping him from following me with the space I make for my hips. So I come here, I'm going to get up on my side and start making some space away. I'm here and I'm up and away. Just this is enough, guys. This is all we need. Pay attention to these back legs. I'm going to start stepping over the leg that's still up. The leg that's straight is going to stay pinned along the inside of his thigh. I come here, I catch that leg, and I'm going to start to pull it in. From here, my hands go down to the knee, and I'm going to stuff him to half guard. Notice, if we want to play half guard here, I've already got the underhook to come out the back. Regardless, I'm going to start to move my hands and my hips to the outside. If I'm going to go back to recomposing guard, my hands are going to make a T on the other side exactly like they were here. Sit up, Marty. My hands were here, they pushed on the knee. Now I'm going to bring them over to the other side. So now my setup hand is that one across the hip, not the hand that's across the thigh. My right arm is going to go down the inside of the thigh, and I'm going to move my hips totally out to the other side. From here, I can arch my back banana style, bring my leg in, and recompose guard. One of the reasons that we teach to go all the way back to guard, especially for the beginners, is that it gets you to work on that hip spacing. It's very important that you're used to moving your hips back and forward. Typically, when you start getting to the higher levels, we're not going to move straight back into closed guard as much as when we're going to come out the back. You know, I stuffed that leg into half guard, I got that deep underhook, I'm going to come out the back. But it's important that we practice this transition to full guard because it works on that hip movement. Good, let's see it again from another angle. Barney is mounting me. Oh no, my life is terrible. From here, my setup hand, my other hand goes over. I'm going to straighten out the near leg, the same leg that I'm controlling over here. I'm going to get up on my side. Now watch this back leg. It steps over his ankle, and it's going to pull that ankle in. My hands are going to move to his knee. I'm going to stop. Now, sit up. Now, the hands that were on the hip and then on the knee, they're going to come over here. I'm going to move my hips away. Once I've made this space and my knee has cleared, you can control whatever you want, and I want you to banana your body totally the other way. That's going to give you the space to get this leg out. So many people get here, and I see them catching their leg on the thigh. You're trying to stay scrunched up. Why? Stretch your back, get your leg out. Now, move your legs back in. So many people say that they don't have the flexibility to do moves, when really it just has to do with hip movement. That's why it's so important. Let's look at it again in another angle. So Marty is in this hip over hip position. Oh man, life is terrible. Hand on the hip, hand over my own hand right here. You can bring that elbow to the inside to give yourself a little bit of extra pushing power. Leg straightens, I get up on my side. I'm chalking that hip. My foot steps over, I pull it in. Watch where my hands go. They go to the knee, and I stuff. From here, my hands come all the way to the other side, and I move my hips all the way out. Remember, you control the wrist, control here, you can control nothing, I don't care. The important thing is to banana your body. From here, take that leg out, sit all the way back into guard. A really basic transition, guys, is just so important that you get it down because you need to develop that hip movement.